my god.
Hey, this is Raeka and welcome to my vlog.
Hey everybody, welcome back to this channel. My name is Raeka. For you guys who do not know, I'm doing a top 10 things series in this channel. Basically, I'm gonna be doing episodes of anything that has to do with 10, basically. So I'm on my third episode, if I'm not wrong. No, I'm on my 4th episode, and for today's video, as you can see from the title below, is gonna be like the places that I want to go back to if there was no more quarantine. I would want to put a disclaimer that I am not trying to be an insensitive girl in this situation, because I believe that a lot has been going on in this season of our life, and we just really need an idea that not because all these things are happening that our plans just are no longer going to take place. I want to really encourage people that this is just part of a season in our life where trials and shaking has been going on, but I want to remind everybody that the purpose and the plan of God still continues. Also, what I really love to do in life is really traveling, and I've done that several times with my family, and I really have a lot of plans too, traveling with my friends in the future. So shout out to my girls and guys there. Yeah, I have a lot of plans actually, but as for today, since I'm not gonna be able to really make a travel vlog, why not do this kind, a sit down travel-ish vlog. Basically, it's not really travel, if you know what I mean, because I'm just here in my room sitting down, but I would really love to share to you guys the places that I've been to and the places that I want to go back to just really explore more. So if you want to watch, if you want to stay tuned, want to know, just keep on watching. The first ever place that I want to talk about basically is it's called Shoreditch. If you've heard Taylor Swift songs, the London Boy, you know I love a London boy, I enjoy walking so home. Something. It has a lyrics there that says Shoreditch, and Shoreditch is my favorite place. My mom knows this because I really encourage her to go back with me to Shoreditch a lot of times. So what is in Shoreditch, Raeka? Okay. So going on to the facts, Shoreditch is a residential district in London. Personally, not basing on the facts, okay, I love Shoreditch because it's a place where a lot of cool people really hang out. I'm not saying that I'm cool, but when you go to Shoreditch, immediately when I get down the train, I feel a lot of people are so poppin', people just wear a lot of street style outfits, too much of those street style outfits, and you would know that they have really good sense of fashion, and I'm these people are so cool. And when you go to Shoreditch, there are a lot of graffitis, a lot of street art, and you just see it. So yeah, Shoreditch is a place where I really love because there are tons of thrift stores, vintage markets, literally. Apart from thrift stores, there are a lot of food, street food. They're not really more on the fancy, schmancy side, based on my experience and based on what I've seen. But they're more street food and everything street, literally. There are a lot of young creatives and trendsetters, fashionable people. You would see that they have a vibe that you would know they're literally musicians and artists, and you would just know because when you go there, a lot of posters, a lot of just literally the coolest place in London. So the second place that I want to go back to the UK is the Piccadilly Circus. It's a road junction wherein you would literally feel that you're in London because there are a lot of London buses, and this is also the place where, when it's Christmas time in London and they put a lot of lights, they put it there in the Piccadilly Circus. I know that's also one of your place goals, goals in life do you want to go to, and that's what I love about it, the Piccadilly Circus actually, especially at nighttime, because when they light up the big TV, you would just know that you're in the city. You just know that you're not in the place where you're from. So right, the third, as I was saying, the third place that I want to go back to is Gangnam. I would be specific in this because I really love that place where we went. The Airbnb particularly. I don't know why, but I just can't get my mind off that place because when I literally, I'm gonna try to put it here, like the Airbnb if I can find it. When I literally got into the Airbnb, I was like, this is very different. Like, I've been to like places where I would see the city lights, but for this particular Airbnb, this place is just so good. I would literally just choose to stay there for a week, not even exploring Korea at all. I don't know, it's just a very relaxing place. And then when you go out downstairs, there are a lot of like Korean restaurants and everything's just convenient. And Gangnam is literally an urbanized district where you just know that people there are like expensive. For a person like me who's a provinciana and who's a dalagang Pilipina, diba? Gangnam is really a good place because it even says here in the internet that Gangnam district is known as South Korea's Beverly Hills. I've never been to Beverly Hills, but I would say that Gangnam is a good place to go back to. And so moving on to the Philippines category, I have here the fourth place that I want to go back to. Oh my gosh, Siargao. Siargao just makes me like Siargao. You know that feels. I don't know who's watching this, but if you haven't been to Siargao, you should go to Siargao, man. You've missed out a lot in your life if you haven't been to Siargao. This place is so good, honestly. If you're a foreign person and you've never been to Siargao, I'm gonna mourn with you, man. And so like what I love about Siargao particularly, I know that you guys have probably been to General Luna and Dapa and all of those, but I want to be specific because if you've been to Siargao and you've never been to Pacifico, I don't know about you, but like Pacifico is such a very good place. I know it's not very luxurious, but even if the place it's not like as luxurious as you would see it, but the tranquility, man, it's luxurious. I don't know if it's really good for swimming because when I got there to Pacifico and their beach is like super wavy, like the waves are just so huge, and I think that's good for the surfers. But if you're a person who just loves to listen to the beach and don't know how to surf, I would literally advise for you to go to Pacifico and just chill there with the waves. And so the next place that I want to go back to is El Nido, Palawan. I went to El Nido and it was very short, very bitin kung sa Bisaya pa. Bitin kaayo kay we went there and it was a rainy season, murag bagyo gadto girl, and I was like, but I want to go back to El Nido plainly because I want to go back to their lagoons, the small lagoon, the big lagoon, and the secret lagoon. It's very nice to take photo shoots there. I can attest to that because it's very vibrant. Literally, like the waters are so pristine. It would give you an idea that you're not in any ordinary beaches. Like, you would tell the difference between going to El Nido and going to Siargao. I mean, I love Siargao. Siargao is like my number one, but like Palawan is like also a place that I want to go back to because I haven't fully explored it and we were so limited when we got there. And so yeah, as I was saying, it's quite far if you travel by land. It's really exhausting. Personally, when I traveled by land with my family, because I came to Cebu, right, and then I arrived at the Puerto Princesa airport, and then by there we traveled by land, which was so far. I forgot, I think it was like 6 hours drive, 8 hours. It was so long that when we arrived, everything was like so exhausting. So if you want to go to El Nido, really find time to have a day just for traveling and have days to really explore the place. So yeah, the next place that I want to go back to in the Philippines is Manila Bay. Is that what you call it? Like in front of the Mall of Asia, there's like the beach, right? The bay. And so like, oh my gosh, this place is the best sunset ever. If I can like insert a clip, I would. This place is the best sunset ever, literally. I don't know why, I don't know how that's so amazing, but I just want to go back there ASAP because the sunset is just so good. You know that I like love sunsets a lot, literally, and I would literally go back there if I had a chance. I went there with my friend, shout out to Meryl, my girl, and I don't know, we literally just enjoyed the sunset. It was such a good place. You can ride like a boat, like a boat, and then I advise for you to go there in the afternoons at like around 4 o'clock and like just take the boat, and then you would literally see how magnificent the sunset in this place is. Oh my goodness. Right, so the 7th place that I want to go back to is part of the UK. I'm gonna be on like the restaurant category. The restaurant that I want to go back to is Sketch. This is a very fancy mansion place in the UK. It says here in Google, thank you so much Google for helping me. It says here that Sketch serves Michelin-starred food and absolutely breathtaking surroundings. So I would definitely, and I can definitely justify that, because going to Sketch, I've been there like twice or thrice, I forgot, twice, yeah. And like Sketch doesn't just offer good food, but they also offer good breathtaking views. They have, if you're like a person who loves art, who loves food, who loves elegance, and who loves culture, Sketch is the perfect place. It has everything in one setting. What I like about Sketch, particularly the Sketch Gallery, is that they have a lot of illustrations placed in the wall, and that's what made it unique, because their frames have different portraits, different images, and it has different meanings as well. And I would literally want to go back to Sketch because it's such a very cute place, honestly, and I would want to encourage you guys, if you want, you can also go there if you have the time and if you have the opportunity. Down to the 8th restaurant that I want to go back to is, oh my gosh, this is in Manila, K-Town, Soban yun. I don't know if you know Soban. If you're like a person who loves Korean food, Korean barbecue, samgyeopsal, Soban K-Town Grill, it's the best for me. I don't know about you, but it's the best for me. It says here that Soban is actually an international franchise, but it's found in Manila. When I got there, I ate probably at their Greenbelt branch. It's not just the food that you're coming in for, but it's also like the hospitality of these people, because literally when you go there to the restaurant, everybody just screams like, welcome to Soban, and you're like, I feel so welcome in this place. And so down to the 9th restaurant that I want to go to is La Creperie. This is also in Manila, but when I got to Manila, I ate, particularly in Makati, if I'm not wrong. Yeah, La Creperie sells so good. So good crepes, particularly the milk crepes. I don't know if you're aware of the milk crepes, but I would like put a photo up here. And milk crepes are like the best in the world. Please go to La Creperie because I want to go to La Creperie. You want to go to La Creperie with me? Let's go to La Creperie. Oh my goodness. La Creperie serves like French crepes, and they're absolutely good at it. The place is fancy smearsy, but the food is like absolutely good. Okay, so down to the last place that I want to go back to is at Marcelo Fernan. Oh my, that's actually the place where Crossroads gather. Crossroads is my church in Cebu, and it's literally home away from home because I'm not from Cebu, but yeah, Crossroads is just home away from home, and I want to go back there because that's the place where most of my friends, my sisters in Christ, my church gather, and it's just a place where we can literally be praise party, worship with God with the rest of my church, and like I would really love for that time to come. And I would love to take this opportunity if you are that person who's looking for home away from home, if you're not from Cebu, or if you're from Cebu and you want to find home. I would literally want to invite you to Crossroads. If you want, you can just literally message me. And so, yeah, I find joy in actually being with the people from the body of Christ. And Crossroads, Marcelo Fernan is that place where we gather, and I would literally want to go back there soon. Yeah. Alright, so that's it for this video, guys. If you have made it this far, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to follow me on my social media platforms. But before you go, I would just love to encourage you that God says, "For I know the plans that I have for you, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, and plans to give you a future and a hope." And I just want to say that because I know that a lot of us have a lot of plans, but God says, this is the time for you to give me your plans, uplift it to me, surrender it to me, and trust me that whatever the desires of your heart, I would find a way for it. God will find a way. But remember that again, it's God's plan. He said, "For I know the plans that I have for you," not "For I know your plans that you have for you." He says, "For I know the plans that I have for you." So there are a lot of circumstances in our life that we couldn't control because God says He is in control. And I would love to encourage that to you guys because I know that daghan na kayo sa ato nga we're like, kalamian na mabalik Siargao, oy kanang I really want to go to this place, or sayang nga oy we could have been in this place if it weren't for this pandemic. But I really just want to encourage you that keep being a ray of sunshine. Be optimistic about what's happening. We could truly find positivity in this time of the season. And God says, if you have any plans, if you want to go back to any place, wait for the time that I'd be able to do that for you. And it takes patience, it takes faith, and it takes a lot of trusting to God about everything that's happening right now. And I love you guys so much, and don't forget to be a ray of sunshine in this world, and follow me on my social media platforms if you can, if you haven't. And I love you guys so much. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.